Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. We're going to start this morning. Instead of a photo, I'm going to show you this. This is artist Paul, and I noticed his post up on Twitter. And as you can see, he's quite talented. These photos are absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That's hand drawn. It's just amazing. Anyway, if you like his artwork and you want to order, you can send him, according to him, a DM and get one. I think I'd like to order one myself. So now we have stories again about William, about the Queen, and about our dastardly duo. So let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off today with something that has nothing to do with the royals. You guys may or may not recognize this little boy. This is Tony Hudgel. This is the little boy that I first heard about at the Christmas special. I saw him talking to William and Catherine, and I wondered who he was. This is the little boy whose parents, when he was 41 days old, swung him around by the legs until they broke. They finally took him to the hospital where he had multi-organ failure, fractures, and sepsis. They didn't think he was going to survive, but he did. And then he went into foster care, and when he would have visits with the parents, they were abusing him again during the visits, messing with his legs and the splints. And in the end, the poor boy had to have his legs amputated. So while he's in foster care, he ends up being adopted. I believe they were the foster parents who ended up adopting him. Paula and Mark Hudgens. All right, so now, age 7, we all know Tony's a double amputee. Both of his legs were removed from the knee down, and he's living with his new family. Now, on October 16th of 2018, his birth parents were both sentenced to 10 years in prison because that was the most they could get, if you can imagine. Yes, these two pieces of crap each got 10 years in prison, while Tony was left with the lifelong consequences of having no legs. So this new law is called Tony's Law. And with this, his abusers can face, or abusers of children can face life in prison if they cause or allow the death of a child, which goes up to life in prison. Believe it or not, it was only 14 years. Yeah. Those who cause or allow harm to a children allow their maximum sentence to go up to from 10 to 14 years. So it's just horrible. Now, the father of this boy has already applied for day releases, if you can imagine that one. Apparently, this has been a 4-year fight to get the laws changed. And I agree. I think it's a wonderful thing that a 7-year-old was able to make such a difference and change the law. He's a lawmaker. Good for him. And now, hopefully, people will think twice before they do something like that, thinking, you know what, if I do this, I could end up in prison for life. It's disgusting to think that you'd have to get that in place before people possibly wouldn't do it, but good for Tony. Congratulations. This kid is going to go far. And Tony, if you ever see that father of yours, your bio father, as an adult, take off one of your legs and shove it where the sun don't shine on that man. All right, moving on. We're starting off this morning with this article that came out that said that there was a YouTube video of Prince William confronting a photographer. Now, I immediately went online and went looking for it, and sure enough, there it was. It has since been removed for copyright claims, so I'm not going to put it up. I can't. But, this photographer is following William and apparently looking to get photos of him and Catherine and the kids biking out in the country. And he's yelling at them saying, "You should know better. This is disgusting behavior. Shame on you." And he's telling this person off, as he should be. I don't see what the big deal is. And you should also know that one of the reasons why William was so upset is because the photographer refused to tell William who he was. William asked repeatedly for his name, and the guy was like, "I'm not doing anything wrong, but I'm not giving you my name." Yeah, that's why he was so upset. And keep in mind that the palace struck a deal with the paparazzi so that they would release photos on a semi-regular basis of the children so that the press specifically would not do this. They would not stalk them. So, of course, William had every right to yell and try to protect his kids. I don't blame him a bit. All right, let's move on. All right, next story. Majesty Joe Little pointed out that the July issue with the front cover is on its way to subscribers, and as you can see, or as you're about to see, it's a fabulous cover. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love the picture of her. Love the thank you ma'am at the bottom. Absolutely love it. All right, moving on. Now, we know that yesterday the Queen went to Edinburgh for, the key ceremony. Well, apparently they're putting up now that when she got there, she got off the train without any assistance, which I think is absolutely fabulous. She waved at everybody. You can see Sophie in the background. And of course, we all know she looked absolutely fabulous at that event. And going with the whole theme of the Queen, she attended an Armed Forces Active Loyalty Parade at the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh today. And she looked fabulous. Here are just a few snippets from the parade. Watch this. I love these vibrant colors that she wears. It's always purple or yellow or whatever. Anyway, this is my favorite photo right here. Look at that smile. Now, the second engagement of the Queen for the day was her receiving John Wallace, at which time she presented him with the Queen's Medal for Music while she was at the Palace of Holyrood House. And when the Queen was spotted leaving the Edinburgh train station, I believe it was in, the crowds, they caught it on camera. Watch this. Next up, day 2 of Wimbledon, and Zara Tindall was there with her husband. They both looked absolutely fabulous. And again, just like the rest of the family, they didn't see the need to do extra security and, make a big deal out of it. They're walking in the crowd like anybody else going to watch Wimbledon. Good for them. They're so unpretentious. You guys know what I'm saying, right? And down to earth. Yeah, earthy. They're earthy people. All right, now it's time to move on. Next up, and I hope I say this correctly, the Earl and Countess of Forfar went and visited Fauquebears, Scotland. While they were in Scotland, Sophie and Edward went to Gordonstown School, where they gave 125 school children the Moray Badge Platinum Jubilee, which is an award that was established for 1 year to mark the Queen's Jubilee and to encourage young people to get active, enjoy nature, and be creative after lockdown. Then Edward gave the Queen's Award for voluntary service to members of their fire service. That was the only school in the UK where students are volunteer firefighters and attend incidents in the community, which I think is fabulous. All right, Harry and Meghan have now hired Oscar-nominated left-leaning director Liz Garbus to work on their Netflix docuseries. This whole docuseries, remember, they flew to New York, they were there for 3 days, and they walked around acting like they were on a royal tour, and they had the cameras following them around, and they took pictures at the where the Twin Towers used to be, and they tried to be discreet while they were taping, but of course everybody knew what they were doing. Then they went to that red carpet gala, or Harry was supposed to go, and she decided to tag along, and remember all of that? Then they went to see veterans, and they were taped visiting the refugees, and all of that. It's, again, staged. Anyway, this thing is going to be coming soon, I'm assuming, and they've hired her to kind of run it, I guess. Who cares? All right, next up, this article came up saying that their popularity is further going down, essentially, because of their victimhood messaging. And their message is it's very simple. It's, poor me, we're victims. Let's face it, the economy is sucking. There's a lot of difficult times ahead for a lot of people. A lot of people are living hand to mouth. So this whole thing of feel sorry for us while you're living in a mansion and driving around in Range Rovers and flying around on private jets, it's just not working. You know what I'm saying? It's just not working. Their popularity is going down and they're just not understanding. It's like they don't understand the common person in this economy and how they're living. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Most people are living hand to mouth, and you live a very privileged life. So this whole woe is me thing is just pissing people off. But they haven't figured that out yet. All right, moving on. All right, this is one of the big stories that came out. Apparently, Harry and Meghan were seen making the 5-minute drive to Oprah's mansion. And now the article claims that this Archewell COO Mandana, however you say her last name, was with them, which I don't think that was her. But, okay, so this article comes out. So one of the first things that pops into my head is exactly what Countess Commonwealth wrote. Here you have the future king and queen consort and their children. They were able to get to Jordan for a private family holiday. That's just one, and we only knew that because they took their Christmas picture there. But yet Harry and Meghan can't go 5 minutes to Oprah's house without being papped. Very obvious that they called Backgrid. Backgrid is on speed dial. This was absolutely a setup for the pictures. So this person in the front seat, whoever she is, and I'm going to let you guys look at this picture and decide who you think she is. Anyway, yeah, I think it's her friend on the left. Anyway, this is an obvious setup because number one, you've got Meghan in the back seat with no makeup and Harry driving, and they're being followed by another Range Rover. Royal family style security. That's what I like to call it. It's the royal family style. Anyway, they're driving along. So I'm going to show you the photos and then close up of the photos, okay? And you tell me what you think is going on here. Seems to me that somebody wants you to see the pictures and think, oh my goodness, she doesn't look so well. Now, you could have this running through your head. Meghan's mole pointed out that what she's probably saying to her is, you better shut the hell up with those stupid stories you tell and just stick to what I told you. You're lucky Oprah is even giving you a chance. You listen to her and her demands. Got it? Perfect. So the conversation continues in the car. Let's get a close-up of Meghan's face. Yes, she looks like she might be unhappy, just about in tears in this photo. You have to wonder really what the conversation is. Could it be that they're heading to Oprah's because Oprah is going to do a second interview with them where they're going to have to come clean on the lies that they told? Or could it be they're going to Oprah and Meghan's got no makeup on and she looks sad and teary-eyed and she's going to spin this thing to Oprah. We need your help. We need your help. That could happen too. Could you imagine Oprah grilling her on the different lies and her having to explain things? Yeah, I don't know how well that would go over. Maybe they're going to Oprah to give a positive interview for the royal family because now they realize that things aren't going so well and they figure they damaged it with Oprah, they'll fix it with Oprah. All right, that's a reach. I don't think that's what's really going on here. But it's very obvious that they are headed to Oprah's house, for sure. Whatever is going on, it's pretty obvious at this point that they're discussing strategy in the car and what to do and what she should and shouldn't say. I don't think they were actually giving an interview today because by all reports, they were only in there for about an hour, just long enough for Meghan to get in front of Oprah and cry and plead her case about how they need their help or, Oprah's help. And I'm not sure why there's a little tiny baby seat next to her. Many of people have commented on that because the picture of Lilibet that we saw, she's too big to fit into that little covered baby seat. Yeah, I guess we're all just going to have to sit back and wait and see what crap is going to come out from Montecito. Crap, that's all that's coming out from there. You know, a lot of comments have been made about this picture. If you pay closer attention, that is the Range Rover, that is security that was following them. So I don't think the security detail went onto Oprah's property. I think they parked and waited while the other Range Rover went in. You know, I do have to agree with Meghan's mole. I think it's ridiculous that they can go 5 minutes without getting papped, but yet the rest of the family can travel all over the world and nobody knows about it. I mean, it's such an obvious setup thing to get people talking about them. It's really, yeah, a joke. All right. And FYI, the pictures are heavily photoshopped. Why would you want to Photoshop pictures of them in a car unless it's a setup? Do you guys spot this above? A little closer. Do you guys see it yet? Huh? Do you see it? Do you see it? All right, one more time, a little closer. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Harry has 3 hands. Photoshop fail. My goodness. By the way, if you want to see another Photoshop fail, look at her finger here from the girl in the front seat. Nobody's finger is that long. I gotta be honest, these photos don't look like a couple that's thriving. They look miserable. And in the end, they left the family, they lied and cried to Oprah. The royals did the never complain, never explain mantra. They moved on, and the silent treatment is killing them. The royal family is more popular than ever, and these two are watching their deals fall apart and their popularity plummet worldwide. So, yeah, they're not thriving to me. All right, quick Finn update time. It's been a while since I put one up. We had a horrible thunderstorm here last night, and Finn was most unhappy. Watch this. Finn, it's just a thunderstorm. What's the matter? Are you scared? Are you scared of the thunder? Oh my goodness gracious. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Get all wrapped up. All right, you guys. There's so much more I could put in here, but these videos, you know, you have to get to a point where they can't be too long. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. You know, I want your comments. Comment on everything because you know I'm reading them. Every single one. Don't forget to check the subscribe button. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're not, make sure to double check and hit that button again. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Getter, Rumble. You can email me. For those of you who have donated through the thank button and through my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.